So this coronavirus stuff has got us homeschooling and wearing masks and doing a bunch of things we didn't intend and we don't like them. And is security one of the problems? I'm Woody Huffines. I own the Nerds to Go in McKinney and Frisco, Texas, and internet security has gotten a lot worse in the time of COVID because people are working from home. That's exacerbated by now we have kids learning from home. Remote learning adds a great deal of complexity to our security posture. And here's 3 reasons why. The first reason that your security concerns multiply is that you have more people on computers more of the time. And that just exposes you to a greater threat. It's called the threat surface. And the bigger the threat surface is, the more people that are connected to your computer or the more people your computer's connected to gives you more chances to get infected. The other problem that we're having at the moment that involves the COVID-19 piece is there's a lot of phishing emails. Where a phishing email is where you get an email and it might say important message from your teacher, or it might say COVID-19 school information, or a number of other things, and it wants you to click a link or download a document that's going to infect your machine. Really common right now. A lot of people are getting ransomware and malware on their computer because the phishing, the social engineering, if you will, by the bad guys, they're leveraging our concerns for COVID-19 and homeschooling to attack computers that are online a lot more. The next one is file transfers. File transfers are where somebody sends you a file or you receive a file, especially over Zoom calls, Zoom network, Hangouts, anything that's a social sharing or an online live interaction between people. If someone says, hey, let me send you a file, and you accept that file, you may be accepting malware for your computer, whether the person that sent it to you knew it or not. It might be some kind of thing like 10 tips for homeschooling that is really great in the computer world. Well, that's one that you need to pay attention to, and you need to scrub it and look at it carefully. So be careful about the files that you accept, and be careful about the files that your children accept while they're doing homeschooling, because this is another attack vector that a lot of the bad actors are using to put bad information and bad programs on computers. So file sharing is also something you need to pay attention to. Next, I tell you, put a robust antivirus on your computer. And by robust antivirus, I mean one that's not free. We use and recommend Avast. We can install Avast for you. Avast is the antivirus that we use because it does some internet filtering as well as the antivirus things. Since you're connected to so many different resources and you've got so much stuff going in and out of your computer, right now an antivirus is probably even more helpful than it is normally. And one that you pay for is going to be better than one that's for free. Don't know if you've heard this or not, but you get what you pay for. So if you put a good antivirus on the machine, this would be a really key time to look at your security infrastructure and make sure that you've got the antivirus you need on all the computers in the home. Because if you've got a kid online that falls for a file transfer scam and they end up transferring a file down to their computer that's connected to your network, mom's CPA firm just got in trouble because she connects to the same network. Think about that. Antivirus is a good choice, and a paid antivirus is best. We recommend Avast, and we can install that for you if you give us a call. But the important point here is you need one antivirus, not 2, certainly not 3. And why is that? You think, well, if one's good, 2 may be better. Not so much. Most of the antiviruses check files and check the files that are changing on your computer. So if you have 2 antiviruses running and you change a file on the computer, antivirus 1 checks the file and it says, yep, it's all good, but antivirus 2 sees that the file changed, then antivirus 2 goes and looks at the file. And when it looks at the file, it changes the date on the file in the system, and antivirus 1 goes, wait a minute, this file's changed. And then the 2 antiviruses go back and forth and start looking at things, and it slows your computer down to a crawl, and it doesn't increase your security. So pick an antivirus, preferably a paid one. We recommend Avast, and use one and only one on your computer. Oh, another nice thing about the Avast antivirus that we use is it gives us the ability to remote into your computer if you have a small problem, so we don't have to come out to fix a problem. We can fix it over the phone. And while I'm not generally in favor of you giving control of your computer to somebody, if it's our antivirus and it's our shop, you're talking to one of us. So you can reach out and touch the person that's talking to your computer. I'm all the time telling people, my dad in particular, if you don't know the person, don't let them remote into your computer. That's one of the big computer scams that's been going on for years, is a pop-up comes in and says, call this number and we can remote in and fix your computer. And they remote in and fix your computer with a bunch of malware and take $300 out of your bank account. Welcome to computer support. Finally, the last thing we recommend, especially for kids, but also for adults, is what's called a camera cover. It's a little sticky device, looks like this, and you stick it over the camera on your computer, and when you want to use the camera, you slide it open, and the camera can see you, and you can do your call, and when you get through, you slide the little thing shut, and nobody can spy on you with the camera. Pretty handy. Another thing that we recommend, especially for kids, is because most computers have microphones, they can listen into you. Well, you can blank that out with what's called a microphone blank, and it looks like this. It's a little null plug that you can stick into the microphone port on the computer, and when you stick it in, it turns off the internal microphone, but since there's no microphone attached to the plug, it makes sure that people can't listen into you using your computer microphone. It's an even a bigger risk if you've got kids on the computer, because the phishing risk, because the file transfer risk, because there's a whole lot of people involved in that computing thing, and we don't have the security all worked out from the school standpoint mostly. You can get these, if you would like one, drop by our store and we'll give them to you. They're complimentary, but it's a way for you to increase your security posture so that people aren't looking at you and spying on you, or listening to you and spying on you. All of these things are complex, and we've all been forced into a place that we didn't intend to go, didn't know we were going to have to go. If you have any questions, give us a call or send me an email. My email is whuffines@nerdstogo.com. I'll put the email address in the link below. Read those notes. If you have a question, send me, and if we can answer the question over email, we can. We'd be happy to support you any way we can until we all get out of this COVID thing. As always, hit the subscribe button, mash the like, hit the notification bell, share it with your friends, and we hope to see you again.